Welcome back. Former Democratic North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper just announced a run for Senate in his state. It kicks off one of the most high-profile and likely most expensive Senate contests of the cycle as Republicans try to hold on to their majority. To round up all of this weekend's events, let's bring in CBS News political director Finn Gomez. We've got you in this cool screen here in our AR studio, Finn. You're popping up here like a spaceship, Captain. Good morning to you. Cooper seems like he's hitting the ground running here, attending a Democratic Party fundraiser in Raleigh Saturday night. How are Democrats rallying around him?
They are big time. You know, Cooper is the popular former governor. He's entering into this Tar Heel Center race, which, as you said, Errol, is expected to be one of the most closely watched of the 2026 midterm cycle. He's a big recruitment win, Errol. I mean, the Senate Democrats have been trying to get him to run in this race for a while. You know, like as I mentioned, he was popular as a North Carolina governor and gives him a strong chance in this crucial state that, if you recall, Errol, did go to Donald Trump in 2024. But, you know, in this social media video that he posted today, he announced that he's running. It was really focused on middle-class voters, working-class voters. But, you know, there's a lot of speculation if he was going to jump in. And as we reported last week, it's going to be a blockbuster of a race, expected to be, because Michael Whatley, the current head of the Republican National Committee, we can report that he is going to jump into the race, and we expect that announcement to happen in the next few days, we're told, Errol.
Wow. You know, I know you spoke with some other Democratic governors who are weighing a presidential bid for 2028, and this is happening in this climate of a poll that we talked about this morning of voters having an unfavorable view of generic Democrats. Strategist Joel Payne told me that Democrats have to come across as authentic and as really addressing needs of American working class voters. So what are you hearing from the Democrats thinking of running in 28?
Yeah, Errol, that's a great question. I mean, and going with what Joel said, you keep hearing about that authenticity. That's a hallmark of what they're saying, Democrats are saying, since the devastating loss they encountered when President Trump and the Republicans won in 24, of course. But when I have spoken to some governors and congressmen and others who are considering mulling, as we say, mulling bids in 2028. That, you know, and we do know that, you know, for one is Congressman Ro Khanna from California. I spoke to him last Friday. He said that he's not going to make a decision until after the midterms, but he, quote, wants to be part of the conversation in 2028. And of course, you know, you have J.B. Pritzker, who's been making early trips. You have, you know, Beshear, the Kentucky governor, who's been making trips to South Carolina. Governor Newsom from California making trips to South Carolina as well, to these early states. Ruben Gallego, the senator from Arizona, who won in a Trump state, is going to Iowa next month. And what these visits show, it's kind of like the preseason before the start of the season. While they're not officially running, they're trying to generate attention and potentially some momentum leading up to those decisions. So we're going to be seeing a lot more of these trips. And for me, someone who's covered 5 of these presidential cycles, including this one coming up, this will be 6th, it's really early for this to be happening, Errol.
Yeah, and let's not forget about Pete Buttigieg, who was transportation secretary under Biden, right. And he is willingly shown up in conservative places and debated the issue. So have your comfortable shoes ready, Finn, and all your flight miles will be stacking up again soon. Great to see you today. Thanks for joining us on this Monday.